Hi, all my Sunday school friends. Miss Susie here. It's so wonderful to be with you today. We are going to begin our new curriculum for the season of Lent. And Lent is a time we get prepared for the walk Jesus took. And when he went to the cross and died for us on the cross and then was resurrected, and we celebrate Easter. Lent is 40 days. Like a lot of my friends know now, Ash Wednesday is the start of Lent. And a lot of you would go to your calendar right now and you'd start counting and you'd say, Miss Susie, it's more than 40 days between Ash Wednesday and Easter. But we don't count the Sundays. We see those as little Easters, little celebrations. So we just count the 6 days of the week that lead us up to Easter, and that is the season of Lent. And for all my friends out there, we're going to do something for our season of Lent this year. In your Lenten journey bag and all your things, you should have gotten something that looks like this. This is a daily challenge guide. Walk his ways. So what we're going to do for Lent, sometimes you might hear people give things up during Lent. Some give up their favorite candy. Some stop going on their phone so much. But I'm going to challenge you to be more like Jesus during this season of Lent. We are going to walk his ways. And we're going to take on the things that Jesus probably would do. So every day during Lent, you are going to have a challenge. You will see there are different things each day, and they have to do with your family, your neighborhood, even helping the whole world. And if you didn't happen to start these yet on Ash Wednesday, that's okay. You can join us whenever you feel called to do it. And look, you even get this little chart, and you can mark off as you do each of these. You see all kinds of shoes because we're walking, right? We're walking. So all kinds of different shoes. And this week's Ash Wednesday, you were encouraged to go to worship. And for us, worship is on the computer for Ash Wednesday. Oh, the next day, they ask that you do an extra chore at home. That's a way to help around home, be like Jesus. Then it asks for you to pray for someone at lunch. So maybe when you're sitting at lunch at school, for those of you that are at school, you can look around and you can pray for someone at lunch. The next challenge, the next day, was just a smile. Sometimes people just need to see a smile. And did you ever find that when you smile, they usually smile back? Now, I know a lot of you are saying, Miss Susie, but we're wearing a mask. Well, guess what? You can still smile in a mask because our eyes smile as much as our mouth smiles. Oh, and then this is something cool. Learn to say something new in a foreign language. That means, you know, Jesus loved all people from all places. So we need to learn more about all people. And then turn out the lights, save electricity. We know that's very important right now. Some of our friends this week maybe were without power for a little bit because we were using too much power because it was so cold. We needed our heaters. But, maybe we don't need to be on our TVs and our computers so much. In this case, remember to turn the lights out when you leave a room. So those were just some of the things from our week 1 challenge. And so hopefully, my friends, you are using this and you are using the chart and you are learning to walk his ways. Now, walk his. Who is that? Who is his ways? Oh, I hear my friends, you're saying, Jesus, Miss Susie, walk his ways, Jesus. So we're going to have a little fun as we start out today. We're going to have a plain piece of paper. Miss Susie has some crayons. Maybe you have markers or colored pencils, whatever you like to draw with. And we're going to make a picture of our favorite shoe because we're walking his ways. And I don't know what kind of shoe you're going to make. But you know what Miss Susie's going to make? One of Miss Susie's favorite places is the beach. I think some of you know that. So Miss Susie is gonna make, and I'm not a really good drawer, my friends, I'm gonna make like a flip-flop, because that's the only thing I need to wear at the beach. And honestly, when Miss Susie's at the beach, a lot of times she's in her bare feet, which is her favorite way to be. But I'm gonna draw a shoe today because we're thinking about walk his ways, and we're gonna walk, and we need shoes for walking. So I'm gonna try to make sort of a flip-flop. I wonder what you are going to make, what your favorite shoe might be. Some of you may like what Miss Susie calls a sneaker. You may call a tennis shoe, a running shoe. Maybe that's your favorite, or maybe yours is even a favorite sport you play and you need a special shoe for that sport. Maybe you need a cleat or something like that. But Miss Susie's making her shoe, and I'm just sitting here thinking, if I'm gonna walk his ways, all the things I can do to be more like Jesus. You know, our little chart is gonna help us each and every week to do things like that. And you know what's awesome is they're not all the big things. That one, remember, it reminded us just to smile. And just a smile sometimes can make people's day and make them happy. So Miss Susie's working on her shoe here. You keep working on your shoe. And this is what we're gonna always have to remind us, oh, I gotta walk his ways. I gotta walk. A shoe reminds me to walk. As you are working on your shoe there, Miss Susie's gonna read us a little story from the Bible today that's gonna go with our lesson. Miss Susie is in the book of Matthew. And my friends are going, Miss Susie, isn't that one of those Gospels? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and you would be so right. It's that first book of the New Testament. I'm going to big number 21, little number 28. This is called the parable of two sons. And a parable is the way Jesus taught us lessons. So, what do you think? A man had two sons. Now he came to the first and said, "Son, go and work in the vineyard today." "Oh, no, I don't want to," he replied. But later he changed his mind and went. The father said the same thing to another son, who replied, "Yes, sir." But he didn't go. Which one of these two did his father's will? They said the first one. Jesus said to them, "I assure you that tax collectors are entering God's kingdom ahead of you. For John came to you on the righteous road and you didn't believe him. But tax collectors believed him. Yet even after you saw this, you didn't change your hearts and lives and you didn't believe him." To help us a little with that story from the Bible, so a story of two sons, we're trying to figure out which one did the right thing. Miss Susie has a little video for you today, my friends. She got some of her older friends, her youth friends, to help her. I'm going to hold the video up so you guys can see. Oops, sorry. It is moving here. And they're going to do this lesson.
This garbage smells horrible and it weighs a ton. Did something crawl in here and die? You. Jenna, Julie, girls, where are you?
Here I am, Dad. Want to hear my new song? A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Jenna, your song is, beautiful, honey, but I need your help.
Help? What is it, Dad?
I'm running late for my meeting, but we have to get this garbage out here before the whole house starts smelling like a toxic waste dump. Could you just take the bag out to the garbage can in the backyard?
What, are you crazy? Future singing stars don't do garbage. You. What would that do for my image? I can't touch that smelly stuff. No way. Besides, I can't even take a second off from my practice. Not even a second.
Oh, for crying out loud, Julie! Julie! Get in here, please. Where are you? What? Enough nonsense. I need your help. Super late for my meeting. This garbage smells just horrible. And your sister's too wrapped up in her silly singing to be helpful. So would you please just take this outside for me? I have to go.
No problem, Bob. Dad. Get out of here. I'll take that smelly stuff to the garbage can. You can count on me.
Thanks, dear. You're the best. I'll leave the bag by the door. See ya.
Wherever. Now, where was I? I have to top the world's largest bubble record. I just have to. Ew! What is this still doing here? Maybe I can sing and take care of the smelly garbage at the same time. Garbage can, here I come. H-I-J-K-O.
All right, so they're my friends. They sort of told the story a different way. One maybe that you could experience and understand about taking out smelly garbage. So here's Miss Susie's question for all of us. We heard the story from the Bible, the parable, and then we had our friends act out the story in a little different way. But in both cases, the first one of the children said they would do what the father asked. But did they do it? They didn't do it, right? They said they'd do it, but they wouldn't do it. Then the other child said they wouldn't do it, but ended up doing it. So I wonder, which one do you think did the right thing? It's a little tricky question, isn't it? You're saying, Miss Susie, that's a little tricky. I mean, ultimately, God needs us to do, right? To do. And sometimes at first we don't get that, or we don't catch that, but then we do. And I'm thinking God really wants us to do, because what good is our word if we say we're going to do something and we don't do it? We're all going to make mistakes sometimes, and we're all going to say we're not going to do something, or we're not going to do the right thing or whatever, but then we do it. And I think God needs us to do. Because I wonder how the dad felt in the story. And we don't know. Have you ever said, oh yeah, I'll do that, and then you didn't do it? You might have. I think we've all done that sometimes, and we feel bad, and so then we say, I messed up. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't do it. I should have done it. I wonder what ways you help your family. I bet I have a lot of really great helpers out there. I'm guessing some of you help by cleaning up, whether it's after you play, cleaning up toys or games. Maybe some of you have the job of making your bed. Maybe some of you help in the kitchen sometimes, whether it's setting the table or cleaning up dishes. Maybe some of you have to help with a younger brother or sister, do some things to help them. So that is what today is about teaching us how important it is to help others, because Jesus certainly helped a lot of people. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to walk his ways, right? Walk his ways and do. So my friends, you should have received with your packet what I call coupons. Coupons. Some things we can do for our family. So there's all kinds here. There are some that are already filled out, and you could color in, and you can put to, who you might give it to, and from. So like I'm looking at this one here. This card is good for making your bed one time. Okay, so that means you would make your bed, or you could even make your mommy and daddy's bed. And you would give that coupon to mom. And when mom needed it, mom could turn it into you to do that. This is folding towels. Maybe some of you have pets. And this one is good that you'd help feed the pets. So these are all things we can do for our family. So we'll give them these coupons, and then they can give them back to us. So those, if you want to use some of these, we cut them out. You could color them if you like, put to, from. Then some of you may be saying, well, I want to make up my own. I want to make my own coupons. So Miss Susie gave 2 different kinds of sheets. So this one has like a line. This is good for 1 free maybe you'd put a hug there. Maybe, you know, mommies and daddies need hugs too. So maybe they'd turn in a coupon to you and you would give them a big hug. So you could write your own thing to do. And then this one, for my friends who are like, Miss Susie, I don't know how to do words. Well, guess what? You could draw a picture of what you want to do. This says coupon, good for, and a whole empty space here. You might draw a picture of cleaning up your toys in your room. Or maybe you draw a picture of showing a book to your little brother or sister. So you have all kinds of choices here of different coupons you could make as ways to help your family. So you're gonna tell them, you're gonna say it, and then you're gonna do it. Because Jesus and God, they need us to do it. They need to walk his ways. We need to walk like Jesus. And Jesus did it. He healed people. He helped people. He loved people. So you work on your coupons. I sort of like, you know, I may have to give some of these coupons to my kids. Maybe they can do these things for Miss Susie. Because Miss Susie could use some help feeding the animals. I certainly could. Oh, and this one's good for a meal. I would love, they could make me a meal. So you work on your coupons, my friends, and then you can cut them out and give them to your family. What a nice surprise that they would have. And you remind them that you are trying to walk his ways. You are trying to be like Jesus, because that's what we're going to do throughout our Lenten journey. So we're going to try to be like Jesus. So have a great week working on your challenges. Have a good time doing that. It always feels good to do things that help others. And then you can have some fun here working on your coupons. And if you want to let Miss Susie know, you can have your mommy or your daddy email me, send me a picture, anything like that to let me know how it's going. Now, we're going to get our hands in the air. It's time to say a prayer. Miss Susie will lead the prayer, and you can join me with a big amen. Dear God, thank you so much for Jesus and for all he has done for us. Help us to walk his ways. Help us to not just say the things we're going to do, but to do the things you need us to do. We love you, God. And all God's people said together, amen. Have an awesome day, my friends. Love you.